Hey y'all, it's Eli. I'm back for your entertainment tonight. I'm making a Southern classic comfort food favorite. I'm gonna make some chicken casserole tonight. So I've already put into my Instant Pot a few frozen chicken breasts. I cooked them on high pressure for 14 minutes and it's been on natural release for about 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let out a little bit of pressure that's left. And there is none. So I'm going to take 2 of these chicken breasts that are fully cooked now from frozen. I seasoned them with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. I'm going to put them straight over here into my stand mixer, 2 of them. I'm going to save the third one for another dish. So I'm going to put them in my stand mixer with a paddle attachment. We're going to put it on low speed for 2 to 3 minutes until it's completely shredded. So in the meantime, while my chicken's shredding, I'm going to take my extra chicken breast I cooked out. I'm just going to put it into a plastic bowl. I'll use that in something maybe tomorrow. So now I'm left with a pot of what's essentially chicken broth. If you want to save it, you can do that. I'm going to leave maybe a 1/4 cup in the bottom of it. Very small amount. Now, I'm going to turn my Instant Pot to saute on the normal heat setting. And I'm going to add in about a 1/4 stick of butter, so 2 tablespoons. So the vegetables I'm putting in my chicken casserole are just going to be some celery. That was 4 ribs I cleaned and diced up. I left the green leafy part on there because that's got a great flavor and gives a really nice pretty color to your dish. And I've also got 1 small red onion. So I'm just going to throw the celery in first before the onion. We're going to let this cook maybe 12 or 13 minutes until the celery is soft. And then I'm going to throw in the onion for another 4 or 5 minutes. It's been about 13 minutes. My celery is now getting tender. It's cooked down. The leftover chicken broth has cooked out, so that's just rendered down to pure flavor. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of olive oil in here, and I'm going to throw in my onion that I've diced up, and it's diced pretty fine. You can see because you don't really want giant chunks of stuff in a casserole. So I'm going to let this cook for 3 or 4 minutes, get the onion a little translucent, cooked down, and then we'll come back. Been about 3 minutes. Our onions are translucent, so now I'm just going to go in with a little bit of salt, maybe half a teaspoon, some garlic powder, probably about half a teaspoon as well, and then some fresh cracked pepper, same amount. So at this point, I'm going to add in the last 2 tablespoons of butter. So that's a half a stick overall that's going into our filling. I'm going to let this sit just long enough for our butter to melt. Butter's melted. We're going to go in with 1 can cream of mushroom soup. We're also going to go in with a can of cream of chicken soup. I like to use 1 of each because if you use 2 chicken along with your chicken breast and your chicken broth, it's kind of overpowering. So I use 1 mushroom and 1 chicken. You can add a little bit of water to your pan to get that out. So we're going to stir all of this up together. Then we're going to add in our chicken. So this is 2 breasts of chicken, probably a little over a pound. They were pretty big. The last thing we're adding to our mix here is a half a cup of milk. If you've got sour cream, you can use that. That'll just help thin everything out and mesh it together really, really well. If y'all have never made your chicken casserole with stuffing mix, you need to try it. A friend told me this a long time ago because I was using breadcrumbs just like everybody else. Bless you so much. This really takes your casserole next level. So if you want to double this recipe, you can do that. Now that I finally got the bag open. So like I was saying, if you want to double this recipe, use 4 chicken breasts, or you could use chicken thighs or canned chicken, frozen, fully cooked chicken, anything like that. You can do that. Just use 2 boxes of stuffing mix and use 2 cans each, cream of mushroom, cream of chicken. So I've already boiled off my water for this. It's just a cup and a half of water and half a stick of butter all in the stove. You dump your stuffing mix right in, mix it together. This is going to soak up that water. Let it sit for a minute or 2 just so it can thicken up. If you've ever made homemade stuffing before, you know that that is a task. This is so fast and it really goes good with this meal. Plus it's cheap, 75 cents a box. Ta-da! So I'm just going to set this over to the side for a couple minutes. So I've got a casserole dish here. This is an 8 by 11. No, it's not dirty. I just used this in the smoker, so it is stained. I'm going to take some cooking spray. Spray all around just to ensure nothing sticks. There's enough butter in here for an army, so I don't think there'll be a problem. So what you do is just take your chicken and vegetable mixture, dump it right into your greased baking dish. Just spread it out, try to get it even. So the way I like to do my cheese, I've got about 2 cups here, just Colby Jack, already shredded stuff. I'm going to take about half of it, put it right on top of the chicken mixture. Now I'm going to take my stuffing mix that has soaked up all the water and set up nicely. I'm going to dump it right in the middle. And I'm just going to spread it out. Doesn't have to be perfect. There can be some bald spots. This chicken's going to bubble up through this in the oven, and it's going to be great. Alright, so I'm going to go back on with the rest of my cheese. That is beautiful. So we're gonna go in the oven, 400 degrees, it's already preheated. I'm gonna let it sit for 15 minutes. You gotta remember everything in here is already cooked. We're just gonna go in here, heat it up, melt the cheese, and mesh everything together. So 400 degrees, 15 minutes. Y'all, the casserole's finished. I've got me a plate here. Looks awesome, smells just as good. Give me a bite of the filling as well as that cornbread stuffing crust. It's cheesy and melty. It's delicious as always. This is a comfort meal. It's cheap. It makes a lot. You could have leftovers for a couple of days. Make double if you got a big family. Definitely recommend trying the stuffing on top and mixing a can of cream of mushroom with a can of cream of chicken. I do want to say though, the 15 minutes in the 400-degree oven may be a little bit more or a little bit less for you. Just keep a watch on it because everybody's oven is different. Don't want you to burn your chicken casserole. If you guys make this recipe, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Hey y'all, it's Eli. Whether you're here for my hair, my accent, or my cooking, please make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching Cooking for Everybody. Now everybody get cooking.